Hello everyone, we are Gaming by Gaslight, and welcome back to Prison Architect. We, in the last episode, just finished turning this godforsaken hellhole of a prison into a beautiful, functioning... you can tell my handiwork over here, it's a bit too block-like. I promise when we actually finally get into the sandbox, I will try to make something that's a bit more interesting. Also, I still kind of wish we actually had these style of visitation center things in the actual game itself. It's a bit of a shame, and this little chalk line here. It's a bit of a shame these weren't in the actual game, and are sort of decoration to help fill out the campaign. But anyway, we've managed to save a life with Spider here, who we can't click on because he's a prop, apparently. Anyway, let's move on to the next chapter, shall we? Oh yeah, also, happy Thanksgiving, or to all my fellow Canadians who celebrate Canadian Thanksgiving. It will have passed by the time this video comes out, but still. Today on CNDC News, a special report into the state of our prisons. It's 2 years since the infamous Siege-style chemical claimed so many lives, including that of Chief Executive Charles Wallace, or Wallace. Today we hear from leading experts and actually, looking at him, I should have tried giving him a Sean Connery accent. I wouldn't have been able to pull that off. Anyway, today we hear from leading experts and ask what, if anything, has changed since those tragic events. First we go live to one of the state's longest-running prisons, recently scheduled for demolition. Oh no. Live now, only on CNDC News. Oh boy. I recognize this prison. We were here in Chapter 1. The story's come full circle. Reporter: Thank you, Sarah. This prison has housed some of the country's most notorious criminals. But now its walls are being torn down, ready to be replaced by a new prison complex. Yeah. Oh, it's you, the mayor. And the camera guy. If you look behind me, you can see that the construction crews are already here and demolition work has begun. Joining me is City Mayor Calvin Heller. Thank you, Mr. Heller, for taking the time to talk to us today. Oh, what voice did I give Heller? Alright, just the most annoying politician voice possible. It's my pleasure. In the past, you've been I don't know what voice I tried to give this guy. You've been a strong advocate of a tougher, more disciplined approach to prison management. Why demolish a facility which has defined, for so long, the punitive approach? Well, if the prison and its operation had become antiquated. That was a terrible way of saying antiquated. We took the decision to replace it with an entirely new facility. One with a more modern approach. This is not the voice I gave this guy before. This prison was in the news a few years ago as one of the last remaining state execution facilities. Yay! Campaigners have long sought to revoke the death penalty laws here. Will you honor their wishes, or will you rebuild the execution facility? That's still under review. Which not a decision we'll take lightly. No, this is not the right voice for him. We'll think of something. Thank you, Mayor Heller. Back to you in the studio. This is CNDC News, reporting live on the state of our prison system. After the break, we'll be joined by Dr. Walter Hurst. Yay, oh my god! In this picture, Hurst looks so much older and frailer. A specialist in prison psychology and rehabilitation. You remember Hurst from the last chapter, right? Where'd the power go? Oh, it's the mayor again. Oh, he's got a little cell phone. Let me congratulate you on your report as it's not right, it's not right. Your appointment as CEO, this is an opportunity, a fresh start. What voice am I trying to give this guy? You'll have complete autonomy, more or less. Lower prisoners, higher reoffending rates. You have a lot of challenges ahead of you. I think I'm slowly starting to remember the original voice I tried to give this guy. As for the death row facility, tear it down, or keep it. Make some use out of it. It's really up to you. Somebody else will take up that business if you won't. As for objectives, I'm giving you the same as I gave to your predecessor. Profits, reoffending rates, capacity. I can't quite get his voice right. It's entirely up to you how you achieve them. Your voice is going to keep changing, Mr. Mayor. One last thing. The previous CEO, Charles Wallace, left behind a letter that he used to give out to any new prison architects who joined the firm. He had some good advice. You may find it useful to take a look. I think I tried giving this guy like an almost Southern, but not quite, accent in the previous videos. Or something that was supposed to be a parody of a Southern politician accent. Did I? I don't even remember. Good luck! I'm just giving him a very high-pitched, whiny-sounding voice. And he's a politician. Politicians used to having whining. Oh, we're pretty much in sandbox mode, since as you may recall, in sandbox mode you always get the CEO's letter at the beginning. Dear Sir, Madam, congratulations, every prisoner is warned, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Right, just pause if you want to read all of that. We're going to delete the letter, we don't need it. Raise money for the grant system, we need at least 100 inmates, balance of at least 60,000. Nice. You know what, we're going to keep the execution chamber. Because I like execution chambers. Even in the context of the game, of course. Okay, let's see. To start off with, let's have a basic detention center. Do we want inmate health and well-being? No, we'll do this one next. But administration center first, because we get offices this way. Okay. So I'm going to cut away at this point, and when we come back, we shall have our prison. Okay, and we're back, everyone. So we're just about to wrap things up. I think for the most part I actually have the prison more or less perfect. Oh, and here comes the mayor. Let's see if I remember how to do his voice. It keeps changing. Like I said, he has split personality disorder. You've achieved... No, that's not right. You've achieved the minimum requirements for a state prison. Where you go from here is up to you. At this point, it is completely up to you and your company how you proceed. At the mayor's office, there is only one number that we care about, and that is the reoffending rate. If you can reduce reoffending rates amongst your prisoners, I'd call that a success. People like Dr. Hurst believe you can only achieve that through education, reform, skills, training, and the like. I don't like the way I'm doing his voice. In my opinion, punishment can be just as effective a method. It's up to you. I wish you the best of luck. Yeah, give him a bit of a deeper voice so that he's kind of a jerk, but he's also got authority. When you're done, click on the Polaroid on the road to leave the prison. Okay. That's it? Really? Okay. Have at least 10 prisoners released. Reduce the reoffending rate. Okay, let's see what it is now. Oh yeah, we can't see until 10 prisoners have been released. So, it's basically just an episode of regular old Prison Architect at this point. So, how you guys been doing? Yeah. This sort of is what I had in mind for, I like the idea of having, like, sort of a reception area that then sort of splits off. And I'm thinking the way I'll do it, and when we get to our actual prison, is south, as I like to call this direction. I don't know why. It could be north. It's a 2D game, really. It's really down, really. But anyway, south, there'll be like the death row / protective custody / supermax wing. It'll basically be, I'm pointing at the screen trying to... Let me use my mouse to point it out. Like, initially you'd have the protective custody wing. Then, like, part of it. Then you'd have security, and then you'd have death row as a kind of intermediary. And then at the very back, you'd have supermax, which would be like... They would be pretty much locked in their own cells, similar to death row. I mean, I think I kind of had some... Yeah, I did have something like this in the last prison towards the end of its lifespan, where we made a couple of supermax cells. And the idea of supermax, guys, is that's where you put your legendary prisoners, that's where you put people who are, like, just general troublemakers. You could probably stick gang leaders in there as well to keep them from converting people. But, you know, that's generally not too much of a problem. Should we do a random shakedown? We'll save it for later. Let's see how the needs are being met. Oh my goodness, I think I've got it. I think this has turned out to be the perfect prison. Yes! Actually, yeah, having showers in here has proved to be a really good idea. And I think having this hour of lockup right before, like, sending them out, it forces inmates to, do whatever. And in fact, if I gave everyone slightly larger cells, I could probably put a bookshelf in each cell as well, and then that would also give inmates an opportunity to take care of any literary needs or whatnot they may have. Also, let's put a guard in here. Okay. What is this? Ugh, that's weird. Bulldoze. Yeah. I don't want this to count as inside. So, why is this one square slightly different from the others? It's like it's being illuminated by something. I find that odd. But yeah, the only big pitfall in this prison so far is that it basically has 100 people all fitting into the yard. I just need to do some things to get people to move. Alright, so we've done all the optional objectives. We're ready to go. We could hang around here and finish this. I mean, we might as well, I guess. Let's just take a look, I guess, is what I'm saying. Okay. So, yeah. I'm pretty sure they changed this, because I'm pretty sure this used to be 10 as well, but now it's just 1. Which probably makes sense, because that's a moderately hard course. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to... Oh, I should probably reschedule these. No time slot. Excuse me, sir. Oh no. Good sir, you can fit right in there. It's not that difficult. Yeah, apparently the auto reschedule is a little wonky sometimes. And yeah, parole hearings, by the way, and I think death row appeals, they don't have to fall into the regular work schedule. Which is good, because, you can just have prisoners go off and be paroled or not. It actually occurs to me I should... No, I actually do like the idea of having them early in the morning. But then again, that doesn't mean that prisoners who are on parole, if they fail, it means they'll have missed, like, shower time or free time or whatever they're doing. What do prisoners in this prison do before breakfast, anyway? Yeah, they basically miss breakfast, which is probably not a good idea. Maybe I should make parole earlier or something. But anyway, that's going to do it for this prison, so let's go have a look at the final cutscene. Wait. In the alternate version of the episode, I did find out that apparently random events that can just happen as part of the regular gameplay can cause Polaroids to unlock. So I just want to have a look and see if there are any. I think I probably would have noticed if anything of that nature had actually happened. And it doesn't appear like anything did, so we're probably safe. So what I shall do instead is just go right here. Final confrontation. Is it red versus blue? That's what it always comes down to, isn't it? Let's roll. Dun 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 dun. Oh, I was expecting news to... Oh. Officer Keene? Wait, is that... Yes! Spider. I know that's not his real name, Henry Morgan. I like to call him... Hey. Oh no. Still enough? I'm gonna pretend she's become a nicer person as well. Now that, under my influence, everyone's become better because my... I don't know, just way of doing things has made everyone care about their job or whatever. Anyway, I'm stalling. Still nothing? How long's that? I lost count. No calls, no letters. Uh-oh. What happened to his wife? What happened to his wife? I'm sorry, Morgan. That's got to hurt. But you've got a chance here. Don't mess up. It's parole time. Henry, good luck. Don't try to tell them what you think they want to hear. I have to go. I'm live on air in 1 minute. God bless Dr. Hurst. Actually, no, he is God. Dr. Hurst is secretly God in disguise. Welcome back to the special edition of CNDC News. Live with City Mayor Calvin Heller. Dun dun dun. Joining us now is Dr. Walter Hurst, who has been accused of squandering huge sums of... Squandering? Is that how you talk to God? Dr. Hannibal Lecter God, or... whatever he is. Yes. accused of squandering huge sums of money on prison reform. Dr. Hurst, do you believe you've achieved success?
I believe everyone has the potential for improvement.
Actually, you know what? I think of him more of a Mr. Rogers type character. Yeah, how that differs is up to you.
And we must I believe everyone has the potential for improvement, and we must offer them that chance. I can state with absolute conviction that I've seen real improvement in the attitude and hopes of many of those incarcerated here. Incarceration should be a deterrent. It should not be an opportunity for development or change.
I still have no idea what voice I'm going to settle on with Heller. His voice keeps changing. He gets a different voice actor every chapter.
Punishing and dehumanizing them during the experience only serves to nurture delinquency.
Oh. Well? Did you make it, Henry? Come on. I think he made it. That's why they're showing us this.
We provide these men with valuable skills, but more importantly, hope.
Yay, though he looks kind of naked right now.
We are helping them integrate back into society and contribute after they leave.
Doesn't he look naked? He's wearing a skin-colored shirt, apparently.
Ordinary citizens don't get free training, free education, guaranteed paid work. We are neglecting the victims of crime and rewarding the perpetrators.
I still haven't decided on this guy's voice.
Spending vast sums simply to make these criminals feel good about themselves.
Yay! Oh, it's a white shirt he's wearing. Yep. That's what this is all about.
We can make a difference, even if we have to do it one individual at a time.
Oh no, I almost turned Hurst's voice into... his daughter! She's all grown up. Well, compared to when we last saw her.
You can tell a tomcat 100 times to leave the birds in your backyard alone, but he'll always come back.
I think what I'm trying to do is almost give Heller a more, like, sinister version of Hurst's, or a more antagonistic version of Hurst's voice.
It's in his nature.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not a professional voice actor. Someday, though, maybe. No, I don't think that's for me. Also, I think I just ruined the moment there with all my blabbling on. Roll credits. Aye. So awesome, isn't it? Ah. Man. This has been awesome. Hasn't it, guys? I'm considering the fact that this is basically just sort of like a simulation builder type game, you wouldn't think there'd be so much effort that would go into telling, like, these really, oh my, these, like, really meaningful stories, but, and I think Introversion did an amazing job. You know, I mean, not only did they build a solid prison building simulator, they built in sort of a prison break simulator, and they told a pretty damn fine story while they were at it, if I do say so myself. So, yeah, give them a hand. I mean, yeah, this is just really great stuff. Is that... Oh, I forget her name. The, Palermo daughter. Is she leaving a rose for Edward? Because he unwittingly ended up pretty much setting into motion all the events that kinda rippled through this whole series. Alright, so that is it for the, campaign mode, I guess. So, yeah, I need to figure out what I need to do to unlock these Bible pages. I assume they turn up just during the course of the game. But, yeah, and I'm gonna try to keep this nice and short and sweet, because as you guys probably know by now, I tend to ramble on, especially at the end of sort of like major milestone type episodes. So, yeah, I just want to thank you guys all for watching, as always, and if you followed through the whole campaign, hopefully, in addition to just enjoying the great story that Introversion put together here over the course of these 5 little chapters, hopefully you also picked up some tips, learned from my mistakes, maybe I, by some just random happenstance, showed you something that might actually be particularly useful. I don't consider myself a master of this game by any stretch of the imagination, but I do like to think that I mostly know what I'm doing, so hopefully most of like the tips and advice I go over during the course of these videos is actually useful. I'm not like steering you in the wrong way. But, you know, I'm sure someone will correct me in the comments if I ever give bad information, and that is a good thing. The last thing I would want to do is mislead you guys. Never intentionally. That's not what this channel is all about. But I am rambling again, aren't I? So, basically, what's next is I'll probably start building up our sandbox prison, and then we'll kind of continue with that. I may call that episode 1 again, and then I'm going to just sort of rearrange things and might do a bit of cleaning up with my playlists and all to separate everything that's like from release onwards into a different playlist from all the alpha stuff. You know, I've so far kept everything in just one massive playlist, just so anyone interested in following the entire history of Prison Architect on the channel can easily find it all in one place, but I might break it up just so that people who aren't interested in the alpha stuff and are only interested in the newer stuff don't have to wade through quite as much. But anyway, yeah, so sandbox mode will be next, and definitely keep sending me like your prison designs and all so we can try them out in escape mode, or point me out to interesting prisons you've seen on the Steam Workshop. I'll probably look up a couple of myself. But anyway, this is the 3rd time I'm going to say it, but I will try not to ramble any further. So just one final time, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Your support really does mean a lot, and I hope to see you guys as we move on into the sandbox.